The apocalypse is coming. Are you scared? Are you prepared? The masses are running, frantically running from their fears, running with their tears, running from their lives.
I don't know what happened. I have Facebook on. That's why.
Slowing down the feed, huh? Oh, that NSA stuff is killing you.
Yeah. All right. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. I think we're back to normal. We were having a triple feedback loop there.
Interesting.
The YouTube and the Facebook. I was trying to have
it's too much spying going on.
I was trying to have the pages open so we could read the comments. Well, welcome. Episode 13, right? 10 and 3, 13.
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13. Where does the time go, right? It's
It's almost another year.
Oh, geez, Louise. 2026. Well, I just turned 52. Today is my birthday, so.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I'm the new 52 now.
You're the new 52.
Yeah.
I'm the old 52.
Old 52.
I turned it earlier this year.
Oh, did you? When's your birthday?
The 3rd of April.
Oh, cool. So you're spring. Have you ever heard that thing about our calendar originally being 13 months and that April was actually the first of the year? You ever heard that?
I heard that our calendar used to be 10 months, and then the Romans decided to add 2 more months, which was August and July, because of Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar.
Mm-hmm.
That's why December is technically 10.
Yes.
Yeah. But I didn't know it was maybe some calendar had 13. I don't know.
Yeah. We've changed throughout the centuries, I guess, you know.
Mm-hmm. And God knows what real year it is actually right now.
I know. Well, you know, the Chinese follow the lunar calendar as do the Jewish, right? So that's like 5,000 something, or, you know, it's like, according to them, you know. Yeah. So it's like, who knows what year it is. But then again.
Who knows? The Mayans would have a
calendar.
different number.
The Mayans, yes. We'd probably be in like 10,000 something, or.
It's like, you guys on the year of 5,000? What, are you crazy?
America loves number ones, just like our comics, right?
Yeah.
They just like having it's a number one. It's a number one to start over.
Is that still a thing?
Oh my God, is it? Yeah, it's awful.
It's still like,
yeah,
it's number one issue and people go crazy about it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'd say like every 5 to 10 years is another number one.
That's lame. That's so 1990s.
And the multiple covers too, you know. It's like they still do that thing. It's just ridiculous. Now it's formatting too. So now they're going back towards the magazine and giant book size, which is funny because I started doing that about 2 years ago, doing more magazine size books. So that seems to be coming back into fashion. You know,
kind of like what the Europeans do with the big format, right?
Yes, with the big format. Yes. The lower, the bigger edition. It's bigger and it's better. It's like
everything but worrying about the story.
Right. Yes. It's all about marketing. It's not really about whether the story is good or not these days. It used to be, let's have a great artist and a great story and you know. But,
well, maybe it will be like Andrew Tate and Jake Logan. That shit will get knocked out like they did. You know.
Yeah, for real.
The YouTube star met reality.
Yes. I wish it was Tyson that did it to him. Just like, I don't need the money, and just crack him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was implied that he was paid off.
Oh, completely. And the contract says stipulated that he couldn't knock him out within the first few rounds, and that's why he was basically free to knock him out at the very end. And then that's why he fucking put up his little prayer hands and got down on his knees. He didn't want to get knocked out by Tyson at the very end. He basically threw in the towel. So by getting down on your knees in the final 10 seconds of the fight, and you put down your prayer hands, you didn't win. That's throwing in the towel, you know?
Yeah.
But technically, Tyson should have got that $4 million. Because he was winding up to really get him at the end. And then he just like begged him, like, don't do it.
Well, it didn't matter about this Anthony Joshua guy. He busted
Yeah.
his jaw in 2 places.
Right. I mean, it must have been like he had the same deal as Tyson. And then he just smiled like, you're not, I'm not doing it.
Yep.
You're going down for this. He didn't expect it. That's for sure. He thought he was going to play along with the script.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
This is truly the best holiday season yet.
Yeah. We need more fake people like that to be knocked out.
Well, Andrew Tate got knocked out by a guy who's an actor.
Really?
For and someone was saying in Netflix or something. I really didn't look into the details.
Right.
Guy was gay.
Really?
And knocked him out with pink gloves.
Good for him.
And then Andrew was like, Mr. Chinless that he is.
Yeah.
Well, he was bigger and stronger and younger than me. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
All the advice you give to those young men, all that smack.
A lot of smack. A lot of smack. I'm telling you. 2025, they say, was a year of truth and revelation, where you would see people for who they really are. So what will 2026 be? If this is the year of the awakening, who knows, right?
Next year, I think it's more awakening, a kick in the ass, kick in the genitals, more awakening, and a shitstorm.
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning, right?
Oh yeah, 2 lumps.
2
like
lumps.
Bugs Bunny.
Right.
How many lumps do you take with your coffee? 2 lumps. Whack whack.
Yeah,
That's
that is the best. That is the best cartoon ever. I gotta tell you.
Oh man.
Yeah,
that's my favorite hero, Bugs Bunny.
Right, exactly.
It's my hero.
I'm telling you, he was so controversial as a character.
Well, he's basically Brer Rabbit.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure Brer Rabbit. Yeah, Brer Rabbit now is controversial.
Oh yeah.
Because if you don't have the context of the time period that was created in, and you put it in today's world, it's like, whoa, that's racist.
Yeah. The Tar Baby and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really about outsmarting the plantation owner.
Right.
So that was the bear and the fox, right?
Right.
So what else? Oh, we're going to talk about AI news.
AI news. Let's hear it.
For any of the gamers out there who were like, yay, AI, screw artists. We don't need them. We'll just replace them with AI stuff. Well, it turns out you're going to get screwed on your computing system because RAM's going through the roof.
Right.
Because Micron has decided to not sell to consumers anymore and just sell to these big AI companies that are a giant whirlpool of, how can I put it? It's a pyramid scheme, but I would call it a whirlpool scheme because your money is just going to disappear.
Right, for real.
And so a lot of gamers now are mad that literally RAM has doubled in the cost. So what was once 150 or $200, now it's 400, 500. I've seen 800. So you can only get like maybe 8 gigabytes for a decent price. So some people have been speculating that they want to push us onto cloud computers.
Mm.
Where the problem is with that is that we don't have the electrical grid for that. As a matter of
Right.
fact, San Francisco today is in a blackout. Hundreds of thousands of people are without electricity. Earlier in the week, you guys had the snowstorm.
Right. Yeah.
There were some towns that didn't have any electricity. The electricity grid is very fragile. But here's the thing, because the AI companies are pushing to get even more energy, the cost of copper wiring has gone through the roof, and you need copper wires to deliver those giant cables,
Right.
and that's going through the roof. And to get a general transformer, those things that allow you to do all the stuff you do with electricity, it's estimated 5-year waiting time period for it. So these Wile E. Coyote, we're going to take over the world, doesn't look like it's going to fucking happen.
Right. Exactly.
Now, if we walk out with a grid and we've got computers at all, because of these doughheads who everyone thinks they got some sort of master plan, which they don't, other than filling their bank accounts.
Right.
Yeah.
It's depressing, right? Like we were just saying off camera that the only one that benefits from capitalism are the already wealthy. And it's convenient how they try to block off any new millionaires from being made. It's like between taxes and all these new laws and tariffs. Look, like the new marijuana industry was making a lot of regular people rich. And now they're putting more laws. They're making it more expensive to start up. It's almost like buying a house. Is buying, getting these licenses.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like it's not right.
Well,
Everyone should be wealthy in this country. No one should be poor in this country.
It's oligarchy.
Yeah,
and it's been from the very beginning. We, the people, you have to ask the question: who are these people they're talking
right.
about? One, two. Up until the 1830s, it was mostly the landowners who
Right.
could vote. Like, if you're a poor white person didn't own shit, you didn't get to vote.
Right.
The other things. So it's a long struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I have no issue about anyone making their wealth. You can do whatever you want with it. The problem is when people start making so much wealth, and then they start to distort our societies.
Yeah.
So then you start to block others from rising up and having competition. And that's the biggest problem. Because, being well off, or, being able to have a roof over your head, eating, and that shouldn't be an issue. I mean, we have the technology. We overproduce food. It goes to waste.
Yeah.
So, it shouldn't be an issue. But they also have us trained that everything's scarce. And that scarcity also keeps us scared from actually standing up and sort of pushing back and going, fuck no. We know you got the shit. And you know what? It's not like they'll stop being rich unless something drastic happens. They're
Right.
still going to be rich. So
Right.
it's a dominance thing.
Right. It's like really, it's really fucking just beyond greed, right? Beyond greed.
Well, there's a Asian term. Maybe you've heard of it. Hungry ghosts.
Hungry ghost. Yeah.
It means you can eat as much as you want, but you can never fulfill yourself.
Right. Right.
So it's just like you're just eating. It's an old Buddhist term. And yeah, they're kind of like hungry ghosts. They eat, devour, and they're just never satisfied.
Never satisfied. They want to feel, I think more than the money, they want to feel superior,
Yeah.
They want to feel like they have something over somebody else. And I think to them, the money allows them to do that. But that's literally our money. Like, it's just like, I don't think it's the money is just a part of it. It's more about the feeling of just having more than someone else, or just having more authority over someone else,
Yeah. They, if you like the eugenics movement, the idea that it's kind of like a secular version of predestination.
Right.
In the sense that, oh, you're wealthy because God favors you.
Right.
In their version, the more secular version, the eugenics version, it's, oh, you're wealthy because you're genetically superior. So that ties to what you're saying.
Right.
And unfortunately, some of us also look to them in that way too, right?
Right.
Like it's
Exactly.
sort of like a two things. They think they are, and other people, you see it all the time. People who go in and defend these billionaires
Right.
for what? Someone's cutting them up. Who cares? Are you an employee of these guys? Then I could understand. It's your boss, right? Even then, I'd say, so what? I'm sure you're not getting a Christmas bonus, and I'm sure you're probably going to get laid off too, right?
Right.
So,
Exactly.
so I think there's a double effect. Them, but the reaction from many of us.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that that's at the end of the day, that's what it really comes down to, right? It's
Mhm.
just like,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, like if it's okay, you can keep your wealth, but when it comes to political stuff, all of us have to decide. It isn't up to you, Mr. Musk, who immigrated from South Africa like like yesterday.
That's it. Talking about that, they should send him back.
Yeah, yeah.
Deport him.
I mean, like,
Deport him.
uh,
You know,
what does he get off?
people power is my always always my number one priority in mind. I feel that we should have the say.
Hmm.
I mean, um, when we sell oil abroad, people, taxpayers should get that money, not these corporations, because they don't even pay tax.
Yep.
If we're selling oil overseas, why are corporations getting the benefit of that surplus? Our taxes paid for that oil. You know, we're selling our surplus to other nations, and then the oil companies, you know, British Petroleum and Exxon and all these companies they're the ones that benefit. How's that possible? I mean, why is that? That doesn't even make any sense. They didn't drop a dime in those sales, but they receive percentages.
Yeah,
You know,
it's just it goes back to that oligarchy thing, right?
yeah,
It's a rich boys club.
right. It's like that money should go to the taxpayer. Taxpayer dollars paid for that oil. Taxpayers should receive an oil check, a monthly oil check. You know, college should be free. There should be no homelessness. I mean, people think these are outrageous things. Transportation should be free because our taxes pay for that, right? Our taxes supposedly pay for infrastructure, supposedly, right? So why are we paying a fare when we get on a bus or a train if our taxes are paying for that? You know,
Oh,
it's
I could
already
tell you
coming out of our check.
it's more insidious if you look at it from the MMT side. MMT
Hmm.
is like modern monetary theory
Right,
in that when our taxes are collected for the federal government, not
right,
for
right.
local, yes, they're used. For the federal government, it's literally just canceled out
Hmm.
because the federal government can create money.
Right.
It literally creates it from thin air, just like banks create money from thin air.
Hmm.
So I know it's going to drive a lot of people crazy that I say this. So it's just a matter of where we use that money for,
Right.
right? But
Hmm.
we don't use it for constructive things. So we use this money to give it to people who, God knows what they're going to do with it. It's just going to sit
Right.
there.
Right.
It's going to sit there. So, um, but yeah, if anyone's read the book, The Deficit Myth by Stephanie Kelton, she does a
Mhm.
very good job of breaking down how taxes don't go to pay for stuff. Because
Right.
it's like this: who creates the currency? Federal government does.
Exactly.
The banks create these loans, right, out of thin air, but they also have to back it up, whichever way they
Right.
do it. But so when you have a crunch, when they've lent out too much and there isn't enough money to pull in from all this, that's when you have a problem. And so it's worse. It's like we don't have to be. And the thing is that people confuse better with perfect.
Right.
They think, oh, that's utopian. No,
No.
better isn't perfect. utopia doesn't exist,
Right.
but we don't really have to have this cruel system that we have.
Not at all.
You know, I think that's the other part that's often missed too. You know,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a scam. We've been scammed. We basically fought against England for our independence, right? Because we didn't want to pay taxes, no taxation before representation. But now we're paying, I think that was 1% back then. I mean, and look what we're paying now. It's like
well,
it goes from state to state. It varies, right? Where depending on where you live, it depends on like New York City and California have the highest taxes,
mhm, mhm.
No.
Yeah, and it also has to be said that our independence was fought for the few to have.
Hmm.
So right from the beginning, it was just a fiefdom. It was a war of independence,
Hmm.
but it wasn't a war for the people because Jefferson actually argued against mob rule, as he called it. So he
Hmm.
wasn't for people power. He wanted a select few that ran everything. And a lot of the other founding fathers are cool at that. John Adams, notorious. He was I'll give John Adams one thing. He was very good at the abolition thing. He thought that slavery was bad,
Right.
but he was a classist.
Right.
So he didn't want poor people voting. And I think that's the thing. We've been fighting this for a long time. But we
Right.
also so inundated and soaked into the founding myths
Hmm.
that we don't understand that, well, maybe some of it's right, but what if all of it's wrong? What if we could do better?
Right.
You know, and I'm sure there's going to be both Democrats and Republicans, whoever see this will be like, oh, you communist, whatever, whatever, you know, um, shit isn't working. It just
Shit's
isn't.
not working.
It's not working. And yeah, we can do better, I think.
Absolutely. But I think people have to stop being checked out. I think that's the biggest thing is that Americans don't want to be responsible for their government or be a participant. They don't mind voting. And you see that they'll go for the presidential election, but they don't vote in the local elections as in the same capacity. And that just shows you that people just want to go to work, watch TV, Netflix and chill. It's just like they don't want to
Hmm. Yeah.
they don't want to be participants. In order to have a successful democratic society, you have to be a participant,
Hmm. Yep.
you know,
Absolutely.
right down to the
Absolutely.
local level. The local level is where you see the most change. The local level is where um, you basically have the most benefits. You clean streets, crime, like sanitation, all that stuff. Construction, these corrupt construction things that never end. Buildings with scaffolding that never ends. Like, like I think aside from unionized workers and getting people, even something as basic as a union. I mean, we've lost so many unions. I think it's like 13% now. It's really low. And when I was
Yeah.
a kid, it was like almost 51% of jobs had unions. Now it's less than 13%. And this is the reason why China became so powerful, is because these rich oligarchs, as you call them, like it's like they're like, we're gonna bust up these unions and we're gonna pay these Chinese people less money and get the work done and done faster and cheaper. But the Chinese were like, oh, we're going to take this money and we're going to go to the Vietnamese and the Indians and we're going to give
Well,
them the work cheaper and cheaper quality. It's like, it's
well,
like,
it has to be said, they put a lot of their money in their infrastructure.
and they
They
put
put
a
a
lot of
lot of
money in
money
infrastructure.
educating
Yeah,
their people
right. They haven't
to
had
the
any
point.
wars like we have.
Like this year started with DeepSeek,
Hmm.
their AI that came out
Hmm.
and just trounced everyone because it was made for like, well, they said 1 million. Okay. Some said 1 billion.
Right.
But if you compare it to 3 trillion, you know, so yeah, been some things they've offshored, but there's other shit that they're just, I mean, if you see some of the stuff that's coming out, like salt batteries, uh,
Right.
they figured out the thorium fusion reactor.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, like we use uranium for our nuclear reactors. They're looking at thorium, which is safer,
Right.
much safer, and it's abundant. So we don't need to be mistreating other people in order to get our shit, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, sure, they might have offshored some stuff, but
Right.
even, Apple said the reason we go to China is because they have an educated population in those technological fields.
Right.
We not only offshored our, we didn't, but the oligarchs offshored our
Not you and I, right?
no, not you and I, not the people watching this, unless there's some oligarch watching it, but
Right.
they offshored the factories,
Right.
and they were doing it in Mexico too. It wasn't
Oh
just
yeah.
China.
Yeah.
Then they cut our education system.
Mm-hmm.
Now they want to bring back factories.
Right.
How are we going to do this if we don't have the education, the infrastructure, and everything else?
Right.
That's
It's
why
almost and even at this point, if they brought back factories, it'll all be automated, because otherwise it wouldn't be sufficient, you know?
yeah, it would be. Now, here's the other thing they found even with automation. I mean, I was talking to a lady who worked she worked in Detroit in a car company
Right.
a couple of weeks ago, and she was telling me we got hit with that in the 80s.
Right.
And the truth is, it's true, right? Like this isn't new. They keep rehashing it.
Right.
Some of the shit that they're saying, it's like, but they said this in the 90s. Like, why are they trying to fool kids now saying, oh, you're never going to have retirement? They told us that shit all for 30 years.
Right.
And they keep
Exactly.
saying it as though it's fresh. And I think they keep saying it as though it's fresh is in order to soften up our freaking noggins to actually do it and screw us.
Right.
And our reaction isn't, well, wait a fucking second. Why are you getting all these contracts that you don't deliver on, whether it's rockets not flying and all this other shit?
Right.
And why, is the money being poured there not being poured into the people to get better educated so we get better engineers and better scholars and stuff? And then we might have an entire form of new industry because the old industry is done. But
Right.
there's things we have to do. We still got to repair roads, bridges. There might be new tech we discover. And they've pigeonholed us into thinking there's either one or the other as opposed to a multiple range of solutions to this stuff.
Correct.
And we freaking eat it up like doughheads that we are. We're like, oh yeah, we're gonna get Skynet. Run by what? A hamster? Like the way things are going, on the one hand, they're cheap as shit with us.
Right.
So our infrastructure is falling apart. On the other hand, these doughheads want us to have AI, which is energy extensive, which needs the infrastructure. I just don't get it, Ray. I just don't get it.
Doesn't
But
make
anyway,
sense.
I don't want to rant. I don't want to rant.
Well, talking about infrastructure, here's something that you would not see in freaking Gaza over here. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. What did I do?
That's a mirror of a mirror of a mirror of a mirror. What is the Spaceballs?
Yeah.
Are we looking into the future, Ray?
Really good. Right. It's like the Mirrorverse.
Mirrorverse. Oh, and well, I'll let you go on with the infrastructure if you can find the video. I was just going to briefly
Captain,
bring
we're
up.
having difficulties here.
You having difficulties? All right.
Like Scotty over here, right? All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if it works. All right. Can you see this Instagram video, or are we still mirrored?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, so here we go. This is an interesting video about. No one's talking about this on the news, but thank God for Wizard Basan 1, right? This is the infrastructure of how the Palestinians are rebuilding. And we talk about education, right? These guys are living in rubble. They're living in, the pure hell. And you can see the education of how they're taking rubble and rebuilding shit, Well, I don't want to get copyright. I don't want to get with copyright. So this Oh, let me just silence that. All right, here we go. Look at the video. You see how they're rebuilding stuff?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, they're rebuilding. They're,
This
they're
goes completely contrary to how they're always painted, as though they can't
right,
build stuff, they're less than, and
right,
all the other racist garbage that's talked about
right.
them.
They're making water systems. It's just like they're living in rubble, and they're so smart that they're basically they're using, and then Israel's been blowing up their bulldozers and stuff. And but look at this. This is an educated population. This is a population that becomes doctors, craftsmen. They had universities, and all of it was
Mhm.
destroyed. And look how they just rebuild. You think they could do this in America?
Well, we've
No,
been educated to be workers.
you know. But
We've
yeah,
been educated to be workers.
but the skilled worker has dropped significantly in
Yep.
the 30 years.
Well, back in the 90s, I don't know if you remember this, they said that
Yeah.
we'd become a service industry.
All right.
So
Yes.
we've become more on the service side and a lot
Yes.
of the service stuff. And now, it's just like for a time, it's like everybody wanted to be a computer engineer.
Right.
Everybody then wants to become a lawyer. Everybody wants to be a banker. It
Right.
was instead of saying, okay, we need some bankers, we need some engineers, we need some lawyers, we need some this. But there's those trends because, there's a lot of money in computer engineering or
Right.
computer science.
Right.
So a lot of young people went into that, you
Right.
know. And unfortunately, we have a very reactionary way at managing our economy.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, well, oh shit, like what do we do now?
Right.
And I think that's what's going to happen. I think 2026,
Right.
I think we're going to see the AI bubble pop.
Yeah. I find it funny how people are going towards their lower chakras, right? They're in that red stage of everything that we're using AI. Like, oh, this is gonna change the world, but but most people are using it for like sexy girls or political parodies. This one's pretty funny. Take a look at this. This is pretty.
It's like Poser.
Right, right.
Do you
It's
remember
like
Poser?
Yes, it's like Poser. Yes.
It's
Yeah,
like, it's like the NFTs. Oh,
yeah,
everybody's going to make it written. No, you're not.
right, right.
It's kind of like a hobby thing.
Right. It's because, yeah, exactly. It's a hobby thing. Can you see
Yeah.
this video here? Let me see. Oh, I gotta go back to the share screen. Hold on. It's like,
Yeah, it's like a better version of Poser, except it's eating up our water.
right. It's right. Take a look at
You
this
know.
one. This is pretty funny. Let's see if we get the.
I've seen some of these political ones. Yeah.
It looks like a. Hold on a second. I gotta rewind it. Talk about aliens. In contact with aliens.
They must think it's weird, especially because we're destroying our environment for this stuff. Like one thing would be, I don't know, if it was a hobbyist type thing, it'd be like, whatever.
Right.
But because they're trying to push it so much, like Mark Cuban,
right.
the idiot that he is, actually said, all artists should love AI. What? No. All of us gonna like it. It's like saying every artist should like using oil or using whatever it might be.
Yeah, acrylic or whatever, or sculpture.
Whatever it might be. But at the end, I think what's missed by a lot of people is the process.
Mm-hmm.
Art is not necessarily.
People just care about the end result. The non-artist cares about the end result, so they don't care about the process, and that's why AI is being embraced by these corporations because they want results.
And you know what? In a sense, it's going to free us of bad clients.
Mm-hmm.
Because the people who are going to gravitate that are the clients, and every artist knows this client. Mm-hmm. Oh, I want this. No, but I want this over here. And by the time you finish this shit, even though you're advising them, please don't do that. It's going to look terrible.
Right.
And they're like, well, I'm not going to pay you your $3 because they're cheap on top of that too, right?
Right.
It looks like a pile of shit,
Right.
right? And then you're like, yeah, I think I'm going to skip out putting my name on that. So I
Right.
think the plus side is they're just going to go to that stuff. So they're going to get a lot of hate. A lot of people are
Right.
not going to like their shit.
And like you said, they're going to produce piles of shit because they're going to think that their ideas are great. Like, this is fantastic. This is phenomenal. Look at this. And you're like, no, it's just artificially generated.
There's
Yeah.
so much that goes into making a piece.
Yeah.
So much that goes into making a piece.
I can tell you this is how I use AI so far, just playing, experimenting with it. I'll come
Mhm.
up with some generative images. I don't use the final image. I kind of use that as a reference point
Yeah.
of trying to get the visual. Most of the time, it can't even do what I want it to do. It takes like an hour and a half to get it to like finesse your verbiage on how you prompt it. And then I've used it in a few instances to lightbox, like I'll print it out, lightbox it, or digitally draw over it. But
Mhm.
at the end of it, I don't like it. I end up just saying, you know what, I'm gonna just do this from scratch and just do it myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And I've said this to you before. Maybe I've said it on. I forget sometimes the crazy shit that I see on the show.
Mhm.
But it's kind of like if you wanted to do it ethically, I think there could be created a database where
Mhm.
artists could sell their art. Like you could clip art, because
Yeah,
clip art, a lot of artists would make extra money from selling. Like,
right,
okay, I'm going to sell a bunch of these little boats, ink boats or whatever, and
right.
then
AI clip
university
art.
buys these books and they cut it out and they use it and stuff, right?
Hmm.
And I think it could be used that way ethically. If we were to get over the massive amounts of energy that we use for this shit, right?
Right, right. Polluting the planet just so we can have
Hmm.
a picture.
This way, the artists are getting paid for doing
Hmm.
it. And let's face it, though, like a good deal of the work ends up looking generic.
Hmm.
So there's like a generic thing to it. Either it's really hyper realistic,
Right.
like it isn't. But and I was just actually talking to a lady on a different side of AI, a lady that worked in a medical field in
Mm.
the States, and she was telling me this is the hilarious part. So they're using AI in the medical field to put in their files and do the summaries. And she said she spends more time correcting them than
Mm.
actually writing the files.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was supposed to be a time saver, but for those who are
Time
too
suck.
young, what's that?
The times suck.
The time sucks. But for those of you who are too young to, or you weren't born yet, there was a time when they would tell us that we would be a paperless society.
Yeah, and
Oh, the
cashless.
computer's going to do this. It's going to be a paperless society. Why are you bothering with paper?
Right,
And then we ended up with more paper.
right,
So these promises of the future never really match up the same way.
right. Exactly. They don't.
So
Yeah,
there you
very
go.
true.
The Epstein files.
Ah, yes. The
The
Epstein
Epstein
files.
files. Or I should say, the biggest winner in this is Sharpie. Have you seen some of these pages?
Yeah, they're all blacked out. Yeah, it's like it looks like those snake eyes tattoos of the. It's like these
I always
black
wondered why
lines.
people would do that.
Right.
Is it because of snake eyes?
No, I don't know. No, it's just
You get those ones with the tattoo rings.
right. Yes, the
I'm like,
tattoo rings. Yeah,
I never got that.
yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, yeah. So Bill Gates, they showed Bill Gates with young teenage girls.
Hmm.
They also try to, in a very sleazy way, bring in Michael Jackson and Diana Ross.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
And that picture was just at a Democratic fundraiser. And those kids were Michael's and Diana Ross's kid. So they're
Yeah,
trying to make it seem like all sinister, which
right,
goes to something people were saying, that people like Harvey Weinstein had contacts in the media. And every time that there was a scandal that was going to break out,
right.
he'd call them up and say, hey, can you make up some Michael Jackson stuff? And they would use Michael as a deflection point.
Right.
The guy's been dead for 16 years.
And it's so hard to believe it's been that long, but
I
yeah.
know, I know. But they're still pulling that bullshit on the guy.
Oh yeah, it's funny. A lot of his family were raised Jehovah's Witness, and a lot of them became Muslim, and there was a rumor saying that he himself was going to convert to Islam, and that's kind of the final straw that broke the camel's back with this Rabbi Shmuley. That not only was he, uh,
Dildo Baggins?
yeah, he was,
Because he owns a dildo shop, right?
I mean, he was basically he falsified Michael Jackson. This came out of the blue, but Michael Jackson had a voice message warning. I think it was his sister. He was calling saying, "If anything happens to me, watch out. These are my enemies." And he named 10 people from Sony, and Shmuley was one of them. And Shmuley, upon his death, Shmuley comes out with a falsified document trying to get all of his Sony rights for all the Beatles and all his catalogs. And he had falsified a will signed by Michael Jackson, leaving him everything.
I think I remember that.
Now this is the same guy that you see on Candace Owens, fighting with Candace Owens on all these shows and calling her anti-Israeli and
Piggybacking Cory Booker.
yeah, exactly. And he's also like on that show with that British dude a lot.
Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan. He's on that show a lot. But then he's also come out on some weird videos of he was like riding somebody's back. Who was that?
Cory Booker.
Yeah, that was Cory Booker, right?
Yeah, and he had that long little hat, and he's like riding him.
Yeah.
And Corey's all happy and giddy and frolicking with him on his back. It was the shit of South Park, man.
Right, exactly. What the fuck?
It's some South Park shit.
Crazy stuff,
Yeah.
I did want to mention honorable hero of the month. He's not from the Bronx, but this guy who was really, really brave and sacrificed himself. I don't know if I could have done that, like throw myself at a gunman while people are being shot.
Australia?
In Australia, yeah, the Bondi Beach guy, and
Ahmed Al-Ahmed.
Yeah, it's like Felix T. Felix.
Yeah, I know. Johnny Johnson.
Johnny Johnson. But can you see the
still a
picture?
hero, man.
Time. Can you see the Time magazine?
Oh, they actually named him Person of the Year?
Yeah.
Or is that just made up?
No, that's real, dude.
Wow. They didn't pick one of the oligarchs?
No, he's Person of the Year, dude.
Have we checked on Alex Karp and
Right.
They're not crying. They're not personally.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. The guy was brave.
Amazing.
The guy was amazing. Brave. And then there's a lot of suspect thing, like that guy who was the Israeli guy who was on the beach with the wound. I mean, he had a shot. Who takes a selfie of themselves when they get shot? That's what I was trying to wonder. Like, who does?
Yeah,
that? I mean, I'm dying. Take a picture of myself. There's a gunman. Taking a picture of myself is the last thing.
Hold on.
Let me record this.
I'm gonna send this selfie, man. Hold on.
He has a head wound, and he gives like multiple interviews, and the blood never gushes through the bandage at any point. The bandage is pristine and clean. It reminds me of the Trump ear scenario. So you're talking about real death, real tragedy, but then you have these plants in there that are coming off. The guy even lied, and he was fact-checked saying that he was on October 7th and survived that. And that was bullshit.
Wasn't he an old guy?
Yeah, he was an old guy.
So
why would you be at a rock
correct
concert?
me if I'm wrong, but that was like a rave, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a rave. Like it doesn't make sense.
Is he like a little Epstein?
Right. Doesn't make
like young ones a little too much.
Yeah, it's and yeah, the guy is they're doing all this research and it's popping up on him. And it's not looking good for him. So it's just like, why do that? Why take a national tragedy and try to capitalize it and then put like crisis actors, to motivate or it's almost like, kind of like when we accused Saddam Hussein of 9/11, when we clearly knew that it had nothing to do with it, but they said it, that he had something to do with it anyway, just so they could push the agenda to invade Iraq. It's just
I still remember arguing with some of my friends in New York about that,
yeah,
saying no.
he's working with Bin Laden. It's like no, and everyone in Washington knew it was a lie.
Even
Yeah,
Colin Powell knew.
right,
He literally told Bush, "Look, the Pottery Barn thing. If you break it, you own it.
right,
The rule."
right.
Powell definitely went out in the most dishonorable way, because he'll always be remembered for that stupid vial.
Yeah, just like a load of horseshit.
That him holding up the vial like this,
Yeah,
um,
it was a load of horseshit. Just like what the hell.
well, look at the other national tragedy. I don't know, Charlie Kirk, or at
Right,
least it was presented as a national tragedy. I mean, anyone getting shot is horrible,
right.
even if you disagree with them or you think they're
Yeah,
racist.
I just think it's disgusting how they just try to like capitalize on these tragedies and just like
Well,
yeah,
the church commission, right, or church committee, what the CIA was doing. It's these assholes. This is before the internet, right? You gotta have to sort of laugh at the audacity of the shit that they would do. So
right,
they'd make up these fake stories. They'd feed it to the press in like places like Germany, France, Spain, and basically Japan, wherever the hell they did. Then the stories would come out, and they'd say, "See," they then turn around and go, "See, this is actually really happening here." But there
right,
were lies that they had actually fed the foreign press.
right,
So when the church committee came out and there was that big hubbub in the 70s,
right,
they were already fabricating consent, like Noam Chomsky said. Another guy who I know a lot of people are crying that Noam Chomsky got busted with Epstein.
right.
But I think he kind of showed himself with Aaron Swartz.
Yeah,
He was saying, he sort of fluffed them off. He also fluffed off who cares about who killed Kennedy. A lot of people die every day. So Chomsky was always, that's some really good insight into some things like manufacturing
yeah.
consent and stuff. But
Well,
yeah,
go ahead.
we're always being manipulated by the
Oh,
media.
constantly. And I have to make a correction real quick because I just had to fact check myself.
Good.
That is a fake person of the year thing. It should be, but it's not. It's
Oh,
they
I
actually
was
when
gonna
you said
say
oligarchs, I was like, maybe you're right. So I just went to Time Magazine website, and the person of the year is AI.
AI.
What the fuck is that?
AI.
Like, so good thing
Did
I
you get your
just
vitamin AI today?
get to
New chocolate bars with AI in it. Gotta get your AI in it.
right. I mean, like this is the real one. Unfortunately,
Well, they did
Architects
have
of AI
Hitler.
are Times Person of the Year.
They had Hitler.
Yeah.
They, they did have Hitler as person of the year at one point. So
Oh, did they really?
yeah. Let me double check on that.
Yeah.
Hitler
It's like
was Hitler person of the year. Let me see. Okay.
yeah, it's like everything that's on the internet. You gotta always double check. That was a
Oh,
very good Photoshop job.
I like find myself triple checking shit
Right, exactly.
because there's so much fake stuff. Uh,
And it should be illegal. Actually, they shouldn't be allowed unless it's parody. It should not be on there. Allowed to
well,
like.
there was a video on the internet going around. Yeah, January 2nd, 1939. He was man of the year.
Oh, he was.
He was, yeah.
What a shame.
Well, they suck anyway. Time is also part of the CIA. There's
Right,
a
right.
whole thing, yeah. There was a big scandal here in France, actually.
Oh yeah, what's going on in France?
What happened was there was an AI video that went around saying that there was a coup and the military had overthrown and kicked out Macron.
I heard
And
about that,
yeah,
actually. I meant
Macron
to
had to
ask
come
you
out and
about
say,
that.
no,
That's
what are you
total
talking
bullshit.
about? Because some African leader called him up, said, I'm a little worried about the situation in your country. Like, what?
Right.
Yeah, this video is like, that's not happening. So, yes, I agree with you. It should be illegal.
Yeah.
And technically speaking, they could, because all the stuff that we do in terms of AI isn't right on our computers anyway. It's
Right.
offshore to the data centers. They could put some restrictions on it.
Oh, absolutely. They could definitely.
You know?
And with that, I mean, we know this is not fake, right? This is definitely not fake.
Oh. I have to be very honest. I've disliked those brothers since they were YouTubers because they were so disrespectful to people.
Yeah, super disrespectful.
I have no problem if you want to promote yourself and everything else. And I think the person who does a really good job is I Show Speed. He's very respectful. He goes to places and he respects people. But these guys would go to places and just be complete assholes and think that they're funny.
Right. And they were disrespectful to Mike Tyson too, because he was like saying at the end of the fight, "Oh, maybe I'll fight his brother next," and he was like, "Oh, fuck you up." It's like you're on television.
Yeah,
that's how you talk. That's how you talk to an elderly man. Like
I know.
Like you have no respect.
He's almost 60, or is he not 60 now?
No, he's up there. Yeah,
he's up there. Like
yeah.
It's kind of weird seeing sort of like this old guy going up. So you didn't beat him in his prime.
Right.
You beat him when he was like way past his prime.
And I mean, I don't know if you saw that fight again, but I mean, there is a rule. Like if you throw in the towel or if you surrender, you lose that fight. And he surrendered at the very end when Mike Tyson was winding up to go for that killer punch. He fulfilled all his contract deeds. He didn't knock him out in the first. He didn't knock him out in the second. He had to go through all full rounds. And he literally puts his hands like this and gets on his knees. Like, what the fuck? You lost. You threw out that fight. So I don't understand how they consider that a win.
You should have knocked him out after the match.
Right.
Oh, match is over now. Bam.
Right.
And so many of us were hoping that he would do it. And it has nothing to do with youth and like being older and younger. It's just that when someone's so incredibly disrespectful and arrogant, there's just something I think in many of us.
Exactly.
It just wants to see that corrected.
Exactly. It's just, I hate assholes.
Me too.
Sometimes I could be one myself, but I don't like that part of myself.
Likewise, I'm the same way. Yeah, there's that part where wake up on the wrong side of the bed.
Right.
And sometimes it's necessary to be an asshole. I hate to say it. Just to defend yourself.
Yes. Sometimes you have to just let people know bluntly, like, no, this is not happening. Yeah, it's about creating boundaries,
Yeah. I was about to say boundaries. You beat me to it. Yep.
You have to create boundaries for people to say, hey, no, this is not gonna happen. Just like give you an example. I was having my birthday party last night, a few family members couldn't make it. Some just chose not to make it. And that's okay. I don't care. It's like, whatever. I mean, some of my family members were sick, they had like a sick kid or, a sick husband, or some of my friends, I mean, this is flu season, so whatever. But, one of my cousins who's only about 2.5 hours away from here says, I can't make it this week. Not that he had plans, but don't we have plans to meet up on the 27th anyway? And I was, yeah, we do. I said, but this is different. This is like a birthday. But why don't you hold your birthday on the 27th since we were going to meet anyway?
Who says that?
All right. And does it in a group chat with my other family members and convinces everyone, oh, we'll have a party at Ray's house on the 27th instead. We're going to postpone his birthday.
Who says that?
They're like narcissistic pieces of shit.
Wow.
It's my family. I could say that. But it's just like,
Yeah, you just say, can't make it. Sorry, man.
So,
Happy birthday. I'll see you the 27th.
so
End of story, right?
other people cancel because he said that. Yeah, we'll just see you on the 27th. And then I guess he made phone calls to let people out know that, oh, Ray's going to be catering food on that day. Like, so now I have all these people coming to my house on the 27th. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I told my wife, I was like, what the fuck's going on with this guy? Like, he's got some balls, you know? You know? So I had to clarify. I said, yesterday morning at 9 a.m., I just texted, my birthday party's today. The catered food is today. There is no party in the 27th. Our plan for the 27th was just to go see the tree in Rockefeller Center in Manhattan. And if you want to still do that, I'm good with that. If you want me to cook for you afterwards, sure. And he just responds, nah, I'm good. What the hell? Like, what is that?
That's hilarious, man.
Like, what is that? I don't understand how one person, and this is the family, you know, like he's one of the older cousins. He's 60 now. So it's like, you know, and then I call him and I'm just like, or he calls me rather, and he's like on a chat line with 3 other cousins, right? And he's just like, let me clarify. So you're saying we're not having a party on the 27th? We're not celebrating your birthday the 27th? Your family wants to come see you on the 27th. I'm like, when does the gaslighting end? It's like, dude, I'm not 12. I'm 52. It's like, I was like, no, you're all welcome to visit, but there's no party.
Wow.
You know, it's like, if you want me to cook, I know how to cook, you know. And then like, you know, and the reason why he called is because he says, "Now I'm good." And I was like, "What's the matter?" I said, "You don't remember that I fed you when we lived together when I was a teenager and he was like in college?" I said, "Don't you remember that I cooked for you every day and fed you like steak and rice and beans and cooked, you know, mind you didn't pay for it." You know, as a teenager, I was impressionable. I was using my money to cook for myself and him because we lived together, and he never contributed. Never once. Never went shopping, never bought food, but he would eat my food. And he was like 28. So he was like almost 10 years older than me, right? So
Oh, wow.
so it's just like, you know, yeah, he's like about 8 years older than me, right? So it's just
So he's in his 60s.
yeah, so he just turned 60. I'm 52, right? So that makes yeah. So you know, just so yeah, it's just like he was like he posted a picture of Elf saying, "You sit on your throne of lies." I was like, "What the fuck is this guy?" It's like, I don't
Was it
even watch
anything that you
that.
said?
Yeah, because I said that I used to cook for him when we lived together. That's
Oh, that's
the
it.
fact.
Okay. Wonder if any of the political postings you had
No,
did.
he's just talking about me cooking for him when we lived together. Like he just has no memory of this. Like I said before I moved into your house because we were sharing. I said you were eating cold Pizza Hut pizza every night. That's with an empty fridge. It's like,
Wow.
like
Wow.
boundaries.
Yeah, boundaries.
And people are like, "You're such an asshole to him. Why are you so mean to him?" It's like you got to set the record straight. You can't let lies, like, you know, guys calling me a liar, but the guy is like basically lying about and in denial about the past. You know, it's like, come on, dude. You're totally taking advantage of a guy, you know, of a teenager. You know, it's like.
Not good. Not good.
So on our first episode, I believe we recommended this book, and Frank Big Black Smith, right? Big Black and Stand at Attica. It's by Jared Renmonth and Amazane. I might be saying that wrong. All right. So I met this guy, Patrick Kennedy, good guy. He was the editor on this book, and Arcadia Press put this out, and pretty much about the entire ordeal in 1971, about Attica prison, which was major. And you know, I mean, the art's great, but I mean, it's basically a major story that stemmed from the Black Panthers, the attack on the Black Panthers, incarceration of people, you know, black people, and then it turned into, you know, I mean, there was a shootout with a hostage situation outside of the prison, and where the police killed everybody and blamed the Black Panthers. You know, it's like these teenagers got some rifles and they grabbed a judge, I believe, the secretary that did the encoding thing. What do they call those? I forgot the title.
You would know better than I do.
Right, and a stenographer and another person. They held them hostage in a van, and the police surrounded them and just basically killed everyone. It's like, and then that led to the arrest of Angela Davis in New York because the guns were registered in her name, and the Attica prison riots. So
It was a movie.
Like the whole domino effect that occurred. You know,
and there was a movie on that too.
Oh yeah, a long time ago.
Was it with Al Pacino?
Yeah, I don't remember, but could be, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, the art's great. Patrick Kennedy also, like, he organizes comic conventions, like, or at least assists with them, and he also was assisting with Cosmoda, which was a fashion thing, fashion cosplay thing, bringing cosplay to the runway with Dan Hort and really lovely lady Mark Grunwald's widow, Kat Schuler. So it's pretty interesting, but beautiful art. You know,
Mm-hmm.
You know. I was like, is it AI? No, it's not. It's hands-run.
No.
But you can see there's a lot of photo reference in here for sure. But I mean, I love the way the panel structure is. It's kind of like it deviates. You have a little Will Eisner influence here, and then you have like your more than a 9-panel grid. That's like multiple grids, and the tones.
One thing I could say about Will Eisner, his storytelling and his panel layouts are unmatched.
Yeah. You got Angela Davis in there, you know, talking about her case. But yeah, it's really wild. And then what I thought was the greatest thing was Angela Davis running for president under the American Communist Party against Ronald Reagan, who had her on death row. You know, so we talk about Kamala Harris being the first woman to run for president. No, it was
but even back in 1950, there was a black woman that ran for.
Yeah, Shirley Chisholm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she wasn't. And then there was that big controversy. Some people were saying that Kamala wasn't black. Right. Which is a whole other different can of worms I'm not going to touch.
Well, you know, as a mixed person, you and I were both mixed. I would say that some mixed people, not me, I identify with both of my cultures, Puerto Rican, Colombian. I think what Trump was trying to comment on is that she's not black. He's just stupid enough not to articulate what he really meant. Because even though she's a half black woman and half Indian, that she really associated, I think I identified more as an South Asian person. Because if you recall, when she was first running, she says, I'm the first South Asian, you know, president. And that's okay. I mean, you know, like when I was a kid, I identified as Puerto Rican more than Colombian. And then when I was in my 20s, I identified more as Colombian more than Puerto Rican. And now I don't give a shit. I'm just a human being. It's like, and that's okay. I mean, people go through phases, you know.
That's.
And she's very mixed. Her grandmother was Irish, I heard, you know. But
that's such a toxic.
Yeah.
A toxic thing in our society.
Right.
That can of worms, though. Yeah, it's like I've always thought of myself as black, but black Spanish.
Right.
It's not separated to me. Right.
Right.
But there are some people who I think it's maybe harder because when I saw my mom was never really fully, even though she was Spanish from Spain, she was never
Right.
fully treated as
Mm.
though she was white
Right.
because she had an accent.
Right.
Now, I don't know about those people who might be mixed with someone who is
Mm.
their parent is a white English speaker. They
Right.
might have more problems with the identity thing. For me, it was like,
Right.
I'm not going to be part of any of this shit no matter what. So I don't give a
Right.
shit.
Right.
Right.
It's like
Whatever. You
my
know.
mother is pale white with reddish hair, green eyes. She was in college in the segregated South, didn't speak that much English. They put her in an all black school in segregated South. She was white. She was whiter than most white people. Now, her sisters are your complexion and darker. Her
Mhm.
mother is much darker, but her father was mixed. He was like Jamaican, Scottish. He's also mixed, so he was very pale. So she was like the albino alligator. It's like the passing sister, right? It's like
Yep.
it's like.
But if they found out,
But she spoke no English, so they put her in the black college.
yeah, but if they found out that she had any level
Yeah, yeah.
of black ancestry, you were screwed.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's why it was interesting seeing the younger generation freaking out over Sinners
Right,
and the young woman who actually her grandfather is black,
right,
right? And people are like, "Oh my God, this, that, the other." It's like, no, it's actually historically accurate.
right,
You could be freaking blue-eyed, blonde-haired, and whatever,
right.
but if they found out you had
One
one
drop
black
of that.
ancestor, you were screwed.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Look at the Irish.
Yeah, they just kind of went, our number's a little down. What if we include the Irish? Sounds
Right.
good.
Irish have black blood in them, and that's why they have the kinky hair and the freckles and all that stuff.
Now, here's the wild part. In Brazil, they have a one drop rule too,
Mm.
but it's in the reverse.
Ah,
So any drop of European makes you European. So sometimes when we sit and we discuss with other people from other places,
right,
we get really, but you're black. And they're like, no, I'm not black. But dude, of
right,
course, we don't understand their cultural framework. I'm
right,
not
right,
saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying,
right,
we come from our cultural framework, and in American society, yeah, I mean, it's
right,
very stark, black and white, and that's it. And that's why
right.
I thought, yeah, stirring that up is pretty evil.
Right. It just comes to eugenics and all that stuff, and like the whole evolutionary bullshit that was all based on white supremacy. I mean,
Mhm. It's the shadow side.
yeah, even the whites, because I don't know if I ever told you this. Like, we're descendants of Philip Livingston, whose name is on the Declaration of Independence. Like Livingston Street and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But because they were the mixed side of the family, like they had,
They always had to. They had their
a
white
lot of
side,
people
which
don't know that Livingston had
prim
black
proper.
concubines, and he had children with them. He had them, and not just in Columbia, but he had them in New York too.
Mhm.
They lived right on Duke Street. His wife died, and he had a black wife with children. Right? I mean, it wasn't legal marriage, but because of
Mhm.
Spain and Colombia, they had to legally adopt them and all their children and claim them as theirs. So it wasn't a marriage, but it was an adoption, almost like an award. Like, now I'm adopting my pseudo wife, like
Mhm.
I guess like a common law type of thing,
Well, it's for the French.
Yeah.
It was in French Louisiana. For the French, it was called plaçage. It was a
Massage.
form of concubinage,
Yes,
right?
yes. Right.
And but the difference between it doesn't really matter who did it because they're all
Right.
horrible. But the difference was between the Spanish and the French versus the English is that the French and Spanish would more often could legally say these are my kids,
Right.
whereas the
And
English kind of hit it and went, oh, "Fuck you talking
right.
about?"
The Catholics
Sure,
are
he
like,
looks like
hey,
me, but
that's
no,
your child. Claim your child, right?
yeah, no, what?
Where the
So
whites would be like, that's not mine. What you talking
that's
about,
not
Willis?
my kid. But dude, he has the same eye shape and the same nose and facial structure. This is
Right.
coincidence.
Right.
They came like that from Africa.
Right. So it's like I'm a passing Latino. It's like But even here in America, people have problems with that. They're like, oh, how can you say you're, part black? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, look at my grandmother. She's fucking,
Well,
it's her father. Her father's was raised as a slave. He was, as a child, he was a slave.
mhm.
It's like his family was slaves. That's the Dent part of the family. The Bents. So the Bents are, and if you look at the Bents in America, those are my cousins. They're Colombian and African American. So the
Mhm.
the Bents came to America and married into the black family. If you go to the South, Louisiana, Georgia, you have a lot of Bents. Those are my cousins. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like, and we're first cousins. We're not even second or third cousins. We're first cousins.
Well,
So
same, for my dad's family, or the Overtons. Um, I mean, we have our white side, but we have our black side.
right.
And, African American, my dad, Louisiana. Actually, we trace ourselves back to the plantation on Tennessee,
Mhm.
Travelers Rest. Um, and yeah, this idea that somehow, but it goes back to that mythology making of the founders.
Right.
Oh no, no, dude, like they were Epsteining people.
Right.
Like they had little kids, like 12, 13, that they were mistreating and misusing, and because they didn't fall under the law as human beings, they were treated as property, and you could do whatever the fuck you want to your property, right? So this is something that I think that it's very uncomfortable for those. It's funny because it's uncomfortable to people who really have no tie to it, because 60% of the Europeans in our country came over in the 20th century.
Right.
So it's like, what the fuck do me, we're tied into this shit, and we talk about it. It should be more offensive to us because technically our relatives. But I think if you come at it from the perspective, yeah, some of them are taken advantage of and the other ones took advantage of them, and you look at it as an adult. But a
Right.
lot of people who have no attachment to this, no, these guys were like, they were holy men.
Right.
That Washington, those teeth were wooden. They weren't taken from slaves,
Right.
and that's a problem, I think.
Right.
But it has to be addressed. Yeah, there's a good deal of Black Americans who are most likely related to the founding fathers.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
And also about the Native Indians that when they came here, when Columbus came here, you had Africans that were also mixed with natives.
Hmm.
So they have indigenous rights to this land, but they want you to believe that everybody came from like Rwanda or other
Hmm.
parts of Africa, and that gives them delegitimizes their rightful ownership of lands that were taken from them.
It's a mixed bag. Not
Right.
all of them came over this.
Not all of them, but you had the Blackfoot Indians, though. You
Mhm.
had a lot of different, you had a
And
lot of.
even some of the people some of the indigenous tribes say when they made it over that land bridge, the few, because it was like in waves, they
Right.
said there was already people in North America.
Right.
So yeah, you know, there's a lot of hogwash out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I hear you on that. It's all tied into this worshiping of these people that really holds us back.
Right.
You know.
And I think that talk about boundaries. We shouldn't allow these things to just be said and fly. I think
Hmm.
not people are talking about it. There's more mixed people on the planet than anything else. It's just if you go further back, you have a lot of people that are Italian and German mix. You have a lot of people that are, Jewish and
Well,
Italian mix, but they just want to identify as white, and that's
and
right.
it's funny because white isn't a thing till 1681.
Right,
Like it
exactly.
existed in previous times,
Right,
thanks to the Crusades, because the easiest way to know who was Muslim, who wasn't,
right,
was skin color. Yeah, they're Muslim, right? It was
right.
easier that way. And Spain did have its little racket that it had going, because there were black conquistadors, as painful as it is to say it, but it was a thing. But you could buy a certificate of whiteness. which
Yeah.
is so fucking counterintuitive to the whole concept of it, right? It's like, dude, I got my
Yeah.
certificate. Ah, fuck. you know, but it really becomes very solid in the 13 colonies, and it becomes
Right.
solid for various reasons. They were looking at the Caribbean, they were freaked out because the Caribbean ran sort of like you had a small few amount of Europeans that ran shit, then
Right.
all the people, then underneath them were all the mixed people, and then at the bottom were all the Africans and indigenous people.
Right.
They used this buffer zone. The people in the 13 colonies didn't want that. They're like, fuck that. We just want black and white. That's how it's going to be. And they did it. And that's why we're stuck in that. Now, what's interesting about it, though, as much as we always look at the destructive nature of how black people and brown people are treated,
Hmm.
there's a destructiveness in the white identity. Because all of a sudden, if you're from Italy, you're just not from Italy. You're probably from some corner of Italy that has a very distinct, different culture from the rest of Italy,
Right.
as they all do. I know this well from Spain. Never tell anyone from Catalonia they're Spanish. They get fucking pissed off at you, or don't tell Basque people that. So whiteness becomes a way for the rich to say, yeah, forget all those rivalries you have in Europe. Now you're white. So they
Right.
destroy their own cultural
Culture.
background.
Right.
Yeah. It's like a bleaching agent, right?
Yes.
It's a bleaching agent. So
Yeah.
them
It's just,
holding on to this at the same time saying, oh, European culture, it's two polar opposite things,
right.
which is really fucked up. Because we always look at, oh, black, white, brown, what are our problems and stuff. But you look at them and it's like, and you can see, oftentimes I feel there's a certain lostness to them.
Right.
I know that's probably not a word. There's just a feeling like they're not here. And that's why it's easy for them to gravitate to a Trump or a Musk or whoever. They have
Right.
their own identity crisis as to who they are. And who they are is defined by the rich.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
splitting it out there. Yeah, that white identity is not a good thing. By default, we become black.
Right. Exactly.
It's literally by default. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then there's black. What's
Yeah.
interesting about that, though, is as much as I can say that there's no such thing as white culture, there are European cultures, I can't say there's black culture because by default, by creating the default and putting us in the other, then we have to create everything from scratch. The
Right.
interesting thing is, too, that black isn't necessarily a thing in the continent of Africa because they all have their different cultures, too.
Right.
So one culture marries into another culture, they're considered mixed people on the continent, right?
Right.
Um, and I know that many African Americans, many of us get really upset and worked up when Africans say, "I never considered myself to be black."
Right.
But this
I'm
should tell
OJ. I'm
us,
not black. That's what OJ
right?
said.
But when they, but then they tell you why. I grew
Right.
up in a country where everyone was. I didn't have to think about it.
Right. Right.
We had black presidents. It was only when I went to Europe or
Right.
went to America that I realized I was black.
Right.
And that should also tell us who created this bullshit. It wasn't them,
Right.
right?
Exactly. Very
So,
true.
so that's my rant.
And and then this whole thing with Venezuela, which I think is crazy. I mean, look at, I mean, this thing. This is so Venezuela is facing a U.S. naval blockade because they kicked out Shell and Exxon Mobil 50 years ago and don't want U.S. corporations to control their country's oil and industry. This whole thing with the boats, it's like you could seize, you can pirate an oil tanker, but you can't seize drugs off of these boats. You're just going to bomb them and you have no evidence. You have no, it's like they could have seized those boats and checked for drugs, even though it's international waters and that's illegal. They don't have a jurisdiction to do so, but they
Yeah.
don't have jurisdiction to steal an oil tanker ship either.
And guess what? Some of those boats, there's a boat they actually just seized. It's actually registered to China.
Look at that. Yeah.
So now we might end up getting our asses involved in a Cuban Missile Crisis.
Right.
And Trump is no John F. Kennedy.
Right. No.
You know, he basically thinks we're fucking Superman. We can do everything.
Right, you can steal oil from fucking Venezuela. That was,
Yeah.
headed to
And
China. Just
I was hearing at the end of World War II, we had like 111 aircraft carriers.
well,
We're down to 6 functioning aircraft carriers.
really,
Yeah.
wow,
This is not, we're not, I mean, we're not what we were in the 90s. We're
right,
not what we were in the early 2000s because we smashed up our military on the stupid bullshit called Afghanistan,
right,
whatever,
right.
and Iraq. And now he's acting as though we're like, I don't know, fucking Superman.
And we don't win wars either.
And it's not really to win it. The money is in prolonging it.
Right,
The money's there in losing it because that means you're going to get a new conflict, more shit you're going to waste.
right, right.
And
Nope, I
at the
gotta
same
touch.
time, we're destroying our environment with this shit.
Exactly, and destroying people.
People, yeah.
Yeah.
For what reason? You know, oil we could pay for if we really wanted to.
Right. I think there's a lot of myths that we have too about industry where we think, we say that oil is limited or that, I mean, clearly it's not. We've been using it. It's like, clearly it's not limited. And then same thing with diamonds. Diamonds are so expensive and rare, but if they're so rare, then why do we still have so many? It's like there's a lot out there.
Well, what's wild is that the synthetic diamonds are
Yeah.
getting better and better. And who's producing these new synthetic diamonds is China.
Right, right.
So eventually, if you can produce the diamonds, you don't need to create them. So, I mean, you don't need to dig them out. And that it's basically the De Beers company
Right.
is making all this fucking money from it. I know I'm swearing a lot.
No, it's fine.
In case anybody's out there
This is the
listening.
platform for it. This is the platform for it.
Yeah.
We're grown men. We're 52.
Yeah, just the young ears. If there's any young ears out there, that's that
Yeah.
dad side of me.
Yeah.
Anybody sitting there with their kid driving, going.
Right.
What was that movie with? It was with that idiot. He'd say earmuffs. I think it was Dodgeball. Always tells kid earmuffs. So if you're driving and you're listening to this and you got a little one, just tell them to, earmuff it.
Right.
When we swear. But yeah, I mean, and at this point, it's really hard not to swear. It's hard not to swear because there's so much injustice, like in our freaking face all the time.
Right, right.
Absolutely crazy stuff. Erica Kirk, what you got on her?
Oh my God! What the question is? Last time we covered tears and
The tears of a clown, like Smokey
tears
Robinson.
of a clown, the fake tears, and then we discussed the 8-week-old baby fetus when Kirk died. He was like 10 weeks ago.
Well,
died 10 weeks before, and then 8 months pregnant. It's like,
no, I'm gonna bring something up.
Go ahead.
Okay, hear me out on this one. It still might actually be his. In that,
Right.
Certain countries usually do extraction after someone dies.
Oh, I see what you're saying, like a artificial inseminated.
Maybe.
But she didn't say that though.
She's not going to tell you. She'll put up the video.
Right, right.
I'm still getting over the fact that she was sitting there with the supposed corpse of her husband, which was so fucking creepy.
Creepy and bizarre, and now she's very pro-Israel. All of a sudden she's saying that, it's like she's doing everything that the husband didn't want to do,
What's interesting is that her mom is connected, and so is her father connected to Israel.
And she got $150 million was wire transferred to her shortly after Kirk was killed. Like, is this like a payoff?
Happy.
Right? Apparently he wanted a divorce from her. So there was like some divorce papers that had surfaced as well, So the marriage wasn't what they're trying to play it off as. Like he was basically gonna split with her.
I'm gonna keep this clean, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
get a little dirty.
Right.
But if she was reacting like that in other portions of their life, maybe she
Right.
wasn't very reactive.
Right.
So I'll leave
Right.
it at that. She couldn't even like fake tear, like prick herself or something. She had to
Right.
put no.
Slam her hand with a hammer.
Then that means there were other parts where they were doing very well together.
Right. Exactly.
I'm still blown away that his last words were gang violence. I'm just like, whoa,
Yeah.
I'm still blown away. They're trying to sell us that he got shot and killed by a transgender person or a person who was in love with a transgender person
Right.
in fucking Mormon country. I'm still like, really?
Right.
Like, wouldn't everyone else in Mormon country go, oh yeah, he's the one?
Right.
I'm still blown away by that.
Yeah.
So what you got?
Oh my goodness. What
What don't you got?
what don't I have? I mean, let's see. Look, I was looking for that video that I had sent you.
Which one?
Exactly.
I got a whole catalog from you.
I'm just like, where is it? Where is it? It seems like I'm blocked out of Messenger for some reason. Like I can't go back into my messages. It says
It's the
restore.
Israelis reading your texts.
It says, well, I deleted most of my texts on the. But I did want to share something that was creepy, yet fascinating, because it says so much without saying a word. There was this AI on Instagram. Let me see if I could set this up so that I get it right. I don't want to fuck it up. All right, so that's.
So why are you doing that?
Actually,
I'm going to share with you a couple of pictures.
Okay.
About one of the craziest fucking Christmas traditions, and it comes right out of Spain. And we'll talk about that after your video.
Right.
We got to end on a hilarious note.
Right.
And it is the ultimate, most sacrilegious and hilarious crap. It literally is crap that you'll see. Okay, I'm going to send it to you via Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you watching, chill out. I'm playing old man, looking at my phone. Okay. So I'm going to send these to you. I'm sending them via Instagram, then you can put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
Whenever you get a chance.
And have you noticed that I don't know if that's working. Oh, there we go again. I don't know if like we had the paid service. Now we don't have the paid service. That's like it's like they overbilled me. They gave me the wrong plan. So all right, let's see your message here.
But they gladly took your money.
Oh, they took my money, So we had like the premium for like a month, even though we only did 2 episodes for that.
Oh wow. They took your money. They're like, we love you. We took your money.
All right, send it to me on Facebook. Oh, let me see. Maybe I can switch here because it wasn't allowing me to switch before. Let's see.
Yeah. Now, did you? There's actually a story talking about how Facebook is mulling over charging people for sharing 2 links on Facebook.
Really? What the hell is that about?
Okay, yeah, you did have the one picture.
Okay, let's see. That's the El Gagando. Yeah, I remember these. I saw these in Taiwan years ago.
These are traditional from Spain.
Yeah, give us
They're called the caganetti.
Yes.
And
we go.
You put them. They're like little guys taking a dump.
Can you see it now?
And well, now you got the crazy. Yeah, there we go. And they actually put these in their nativity scenes.
Right.
So if you go to Barcelona, there's a whole collection. You can buy one of Trump taking a dump.
Right.
And it's just their way of saying that, kind of, we all crap.
Right.
Right. And it's awesome. They got Spider-Man taking a crap. They got these little figurines, right? Now there's a Christmas log, this thing.
Right.
And the tradition is in Catalonia, because they all got their little traditions in Spain, different regions, that in order to get your presents, you have to whack this log, and the log shits out your presents. And I want to share this because we've been talking so much serious shit, just as a way of breaking up. So, it brings a whole new meaning. And we're
Right.
going to get some shit for Christmas.
Right. Do they sell Donald Trump ones too? That's hilarious.
Yeah, they sell Donald Trump little figurines of him taking a shit. They had Obama. You name it, you can get it. You can find it there. And it's wild. Yeah, it's the wildest thing. So I know a while during the Paris opening games, people were freaking out over the show, calling it satanic and everything else. I'm like, that's some tame shit.
Right.
That's the shit. Literally, that's the shit.
Right. Whoops. Sorry.
You're walking around Catalonia and you're looking and you see the little manger and you see a little dude shitting. That's what it's all about.
Right. Oh, here. I found that this is one that about Charlie Kirk. This one was the one I found. This is the video. Let's see if we could hear it.
Oh, this is the one about the widow. Is it? Can't hear it.
I can hear it. You can't hear it?
No.
Damn. It must be blocking it.
I saw the one of Chappelle you had.
Yeah. And then we had
Chappelle.
And then we had this one with the non. Can you hear this one or no?
Nope, but I can read it.
Oh my goodness! Hold on. Let me see something. Hold on. They changed their settings over here for sharing screens. Apparently,
it's another clear case of enshittification.
You're right. Let me stop it real quick and then try this. Before you just share a screen, right? And
while you're doing that, I want to point out that no matter how anyone feels about Chappelle, because I know people are upset about him with the transgender issue, I can kind of understand. But
right,
he did come out against Bill Maher, and in a big way.
Right.
He cut him out bad.
Yeah, I think Bill Maher has lost his way. It's really depressing because he's lost his way a long time ago. He's always been an asshole, but I feel like he's gotten worse.
Do you think he has dementia?
I wouldn't be surprised. I think he's just taking too much of his own product. He's smoking too much. He's just fucking up his brain, But he's just a tool, and it's come out so. And people are telling him off on his own show, which I'm glad that they do that.
Yeah.
Like, especially the At Random show. He got told off by quite a few people. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's like, and I'm glad because he's a little short. Nothing. It's always the short ones, right? It's always a fucking Napoleon complex guys, even though Napoleon was tall, but we had this term Napoleon complex. It's like it's just freaking weird, but
always.
Yeah. So let's see if we can get the volume on this one now. Let's see if I could do this. I thought this was quite fascinating. Oh, well, let me go back to them. Can you hear it now?
Let's see. Hit play. Nope. You know what? Send me the video.
I sent you.
My battery's almost dead.
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah, I sent you the video. There you go.
One of the largest contributors to United Peacekeeping Forces.
Oops.
We believe in the United Nations. We will continue to serve where peace needs guardians, not with just words, but with boots on the ground. If
in Gaza,
the United Nations Security Council and this great assembly decide Indonesia is prepared to deploy 20,000 or even more of our sons and daughters to help secure peace in Gaza.
Wow. So things are getting escalated too.
Well, you consider it, Indonesia is the largest, is the country with the largest Muslim population on the planet.
Right.
Like we sort of think, oh, it's the Middle East. No, it's not. And here's the lady you were trying to get me to listen to. Let's see if my phone holds out because it's about to die.
Right.
My question to Erica Kirk. How do you have Charlie's cell phone? One question from one widow of a murdered husband to another widow of a murdered husband. How do you have his cell phone? Why is it not in evidence? It should be in evidence. So either you're lying or something's up. How do you have his cell phone? I want to know. Nobody's asking this question. All these other non-lies that she's telling, like, show the cell phone. And then let's ask Kash Patel why it's not in the FBI evidence for Charlie Kirk's murder. Because I know when my husband was murdered, they took his cell phone. And I didn't get his cell phone back until his case was fully closed. So somebody please answer me that question. How does that work? You only get to pick and choose what evidence you take depending on the person? Like, how does that work? Here's my question.
Oh, you know, I would say that goes back to him not being dead. They don't have a burial site. Secret burial site, right? It's like, why would you have a secret burial site for such a iconic figure that when you want to build a statue for? Right? No death certificate, right? No autopsy.
Well, maybe they just burnt them up and then just put him on Trump's golf course and then pissed on his ashes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because the way that they're treating him, I mean, like, they had that was such a bizarre show of like firecrackers and shit.
Yeah.
Like it was complete disrespect.
Right.
Although I think if he would have revived, hey, I'm alive.
You got the virgin birth and then you got the
resurrection.
the
I think
resurrection.
a lot of people would have bought it, man.
Right.
You know, I don't know.
And then you had the Timothy Chalamet showed his text to about how Erica Kirk hit him up for a drink to go hang out. She's basically like saying, "Hey, let's go hang out." 48 hours after her husband died. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, it makes sense. It's just not the sense we want.
Right.
If we're thinking of it as as people who are attached to their significant loved ones, it doesn't make sense. But if you're not attached to that significant loved one, it makes perfect sense.
Right.
She's like, "Fuck it, move on."
Right.
And Orange is dead.
Right. No, Orange is dead.
That's just so cold. I couldn't believe how they were trying to be warm, but they were so cold.
Right, exactly.
You know, it's like, man, like dude's dead.
Right, and he's just like, "Oh, everything's fine. Well, how are you mourning Charlie Kirk? Hey, we're all good. Let me show you what we're doing in the garden." Like, what the fuck? Like, what?
I just hope it doesn't get Kim Kardashian. We have to suffer another tape.
Well, yeah. Did you hear about this Kim Kardashian thing where this girl, Paris Hilton, outed her as being an Epstein girl? Did you hear
Paris
that?
Hilton? She's still around?
Yeah, apparently she they started asking her questions about her involvement because there was photos of her with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and basically she outed Kim Kardashian. It was like on TMZ or something. And she started saying that both Kim Kardashian and her were party favors, where they were basically sleeping around with a lot of the celebrities and whoever, I guess. And their parents were good friends with her, with Epstein. So apparently they were just whoring out their own daughter on the Epstein Island. And so was Kardashian. She was sleeping around. So she was like, and they were also recruiting girls and getting Britney Spears and all these chicks, you know, which explains the odd behavior and the self-destructive behavior from that time, you know, of these rich girls, you know, exposing their vaginas to the press and the paparazzi and
Oh yeah,
getting
I forgot
drunk,
about that.
Lindsay Lohan, all that insanity, driving backwards on a highway, crazy, drunken driving, and the drug abuse. And it makes sense that it all starts to come together that they were basically tainted, by a lot of this stuff, victimized, by all this stuff. So
Fucking gross.
yeah,
Gross.
man, that's the the world we live in.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's
a sick place,
Yeah.
I mean, let's see if we can. Let me try to do the share screen again. I had this one video that maybe we can end on this.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's just there's just so much. There's so much blah, like vomitous crap out there. It's like, how much can we take?
I mean, if you think about it, growing up, you would hear about the casting couches and all sorts of shit.
Right.
Shit. And at the same time, they're trying to sell you, oh, she's a star because of her talent.
Right.
No. Unfortunately, that's
not the case, right?
Not the case.
Yeah, it's a never-ending shit show,
It's like the universe just diarrheas this shit out.
Right.
Like an eternal sprinkling on all of us.
Right. Oh my God, hold on a second. Where is this video? I'm clicking on it and it's going to other...
yeah. We talked about the Michael Jackson.
Yes, the Michael Jackson, yes.
Yeah, man, I can't believe they're still deflecting to that crap.
Yeah, it's totally crazy. All right. Well, this is going back to Michael Jackson again. Let's see. I'm trying to get this video. It looks like what happened. It seems like it's going to other stuff, not that video anymore. I had it queued up. Oh my God. Now it looks like it's like rerouted itself.
Wow. My phone's dead.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let's just see. Hold on. I had this thing was just like, it seems like it's been blocked or removed. And now do you see the video I have here?
Yeah, it says the Telegraph.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Let me see. Hold on a second. What do I see now? Everything's black. What's going on? Did my computer freeze? This is weird.
Another AI miracle.
Another AI miracle. Share this.
It's the season.
Windows. It looks like everything's blacked out. Blacking out right now. All right, so I had this. Click to that. Let's see if that
you're
loads
blacked out too.
Nope, it looks like it's just going back to the home page. All right, I got to go to the search and explore. Oh God! All right, messages.
This is in Shitification Live.
The amount of shit that we have. It's a never-ending shit show. Let's see.
It used to just be, you just.
We had the Columbus thing.
Oh yeah, Columbus. Yeah, we'll talk about
the
that.
fake video. Can you see this video that I'm posting here?
I see nothing. I don't see you. I only see the Telegraph.
See this or no?
Nope.
Do you see that, Miguel?
Nope.
Now they were saying that this was an AI photo.
This is turning into that T-Mobile commercial.
Hello? Did I check out? Hello?
No, you're still here. It's turning into the T-Mobile.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh no, your volume is down. Hold on a second. Why can't I hear you now?
I don't know.
We're having some interference here. Like your volume cut out. Hold on a second.
It's Bob and George.
Yeah, your mic is
that's
cut
why
out.
you had my voice muted, didn't you?
Holy crap!
Can you hear me now?
What the hell?
Can you hear me now?
Oh shoot! You were just hold on a second. I think I'm trying to play this thing and it just cuts out completely. Let me just close these out.
Wow. It's Shitification Live. But we're going to Mars, man.
Now we blacked out. What's going on? Hold on a second.
I don't know. Don't know.
You can't make this shit up.
You can't. It's crazy.
Holy crap. Hold on a second. Holy crap. Everything just froze. Holy crap. We have to end our stream. We have technical difficulties. Oh my god.
All right. Signing out.
And it looks like we had some technical difficulties there. We lost Miguel. It's like, I don't know. Can you hear me now?
I could hear you the whole time.
What? Let's go.
You couldn't hear me?
We've been infiltrated.
I don't even know how many people are even
Yeah.
watching this, but
It's
I'm
like,
like,
I can't
if
hear
there
you. Your
were-
mic is on. I can't hear you. We've been infiltrated. Another episode. Another episode getting hacked, apparently.
right? It's crazy.
I'm like, the cameras froze. Everything cut off. Like, what's going on?
Let's see here.
Holy crap. Let me see if I can do something
you hear
on this
me?
end.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Your mic is on.
Can you hear me?
Wow. Big Brother is real. I guess this ends our show. You're muted. We have to. I'll tell you what. I'm going to send you another link, and then we'll talk backstage. Okay.
All right.
It's like,
Oh, well, send it to me via Messenger.